Om Gang Ganapataye Namaha. Let's begin. Growing up in a modern Hindu household, we see Lord Rama as an incarnation of the divine. Ever since the British colonized India and dismantled our education system, we also see Lord Rama as someone separate from us. Someone we pray to rather than realizing within. Today, we are going to embrace the karma put upon us by the West and reclaim God using their own philosophers. Today, we learn about the divine who taught you how to keep the boat afloat when every second a new crack appears in it. Today, we learn about the philosophy of being Lord Rama. In a generation addicted to reaction, Ram is the philosophy of response. Because the central question of Ram's life is exactly the question we are struggling with today. What should you do when you do everything right and life still breaks you? To understand Ram, we first have to look at ancient Greece. Plato spoke of the ideal form, the perfect version of a concept that exists only in the mind. Aristotle built on this with his virtue ethics, arguing that greatness isn't an act but a habit. Aristotle believed in eudaimonia, the habits leading to humans flourishing, which is achieved not by doing whatever you want, but by mastering your impulses to achieve excellence. Modern culture has forgotten this. We confuse impulse with authenticity. We think freedom is doing whatever we desire.
I don't even wait. And when you're starved, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
But Ram introduces a revolutionary concept, Maryada Purushottam, the man who respects limits. Let's look at the Valmiki Ramayana, especially the lifting of Shiva's bow. The greatest kings, warriors, and tyrants in the world have gathered in Mithila to win the hand of Mother Sita. The resplendent, jaw-dropping beauty of Mother couldn't have wanted anything less. One by one, they step up. They flex, they boast, they roar. They use sheer brute force. This is the Nietzschean will to power on full display. Pure ego, and they all fail. They cannot even budge the bow. Then, Ram steps up. He doesn't walk up with a swagger. He walks with grace of someone deeply anchored in his center. He bows to the bow. He touches it with reverence. And with a single fluid motion, he lifts it and strings it so powerfully that it snaps like a thunderclap. Why is this story important? Because it shows that Ram is strength without arrogance. The arrogant kings couldn't lift the bow because they were trying to conquer it. Ram lifted it because he aligned with it. If you want to survive the modern world, stop calling your emotional chaos as being real. Learn discipline before demanding freedom. Fast forward, we are in the 18th century. The German philosopher Immanuel Kant gives the world the categorical imperative. Kant argued that you must do the right thing simply because it is your duty. You cannot calculate the consequences. You cannot bend the rules for convenience. If it's right, you do it. Let me show you what Kantian ethics looks like with Ram. It is the night before Ram is to be crowned the emperor of the known world. The next morning, instead of a crown, his stepmother Kaikeyi hands him a sentence of exile. 14 years of exile in the forest. No wealth, no title, just the clothes on his back. Think about your own life. Think about how angry you get when someone cuts you off in traffic, or when you don't get the promotion you think you deserved. How does Ram react to losing the world's richest empire? In Tulsidas' Ramcharitmanas, this is the defining moment of Dharma. Ram doesn't argue. He doesn't throw a tantrum. He doesn't play the victim. If we look at the utilitarian philosophy, the idea of the greatest good for the greatest number, exiling Ram is a terrible mathematical calculation. He was very well liked. The kingdom will suffer. The king will literally die of grief. Utilitarianism would say, overthrow Kaikeyi, take the throne and save the kingdom. But Ram's dharma goes beyond utility. It is about satya, truthfulness. Ram strips off his royal silks and walks out of the palace. And here is the genius of Ramayana. Ram's greatness lies not in winning, but in remaining righteous while losing. You cannot act like Argentina's squad when they lost the 2026 World Cup to Spain. They got completely outplayed and acted like the entire game was rigged against them and turned to violence. Ram leaves the palace physically, but emotionally, the palace never owned him. In the West, Stoicism has become a massive trend. Read Marcus Aurelius, control your mind, be a rock. But Stoicism has a flaw. It can make you cold. It can numb you. When Sita is abducted by Ravan, the Valmiki Ramayana describes a cosmic breakdown. Ram weeps. He screams at the trees. He asks the animals, "Where is my Sita?" He is so engulfed in grief that the universe trembles. He is ready to burn the world down. Ram proves that you can be profoundly broken, deeply emotional, and still completely disciplined. He allows himself to feel the devastating pain of love. Existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre argue that life has no inherent meaning. You have to create meaning through action in an absurd world. Ram is thrown into the ultimate absurd tragedy. His wife is stolen. He is homeless. His father is dead. But instead of giving up, he begins to walk. The same way I'm walking in this journey on YouTube and want your support by clicking the subscribe button. Ram doesn't use his divine cheat codes. He walks across India. He builds an alliance with Sugriv. He meets Hanuman, the ultimate symbol of intelligence in action and total devotion. Ram builds an army of monkeys. He channels a broken heart into righteous, organized action. Modern people break when life doesn't go their way. They become cynical. Ram shows how to endure humiliation without becoming bitter. He is the philosophy of walking through hell with your spine straight. We arrive at the climax. The Mahabharata teaches us about messy dharma, doing whatever it takes to win a complex war. But the Ramayana is about clean dharma. Let's look at Ravan, If anyone is a pure Nietzschean Übermensch, the Superman who creates his own rules, it is Ravan. He is a scholar, a master of the Vedas, incredibly wealthy, unimaginably powerful. But Ravan is still a slave. He is a slave to his lust, his ego, and his arrogance. Ram is free because he is a master of himself. There is a moment on the first day of the Great War. Ram breaks Ravan's chariot, destroys his weapons, and knocks his crown to the ground. Ravan is defenseless. Machiavelli would say, "Kill him now." Utilitarianism would say, "Kill him now, save millions of lives." But what does Ram say? Ram lowers his bow. He looks at the most powerful tyrant in the universe and says, "You are tired today. Go back to your palace, rest, and come back tomorrow with your weapons." Who does that? Who spares their mortal enemy? A man who knows that how you win is just as important as whether you win. Ram proves that character matters more than applause. He is compassionate even in war. He shows us that you can fight a monster without becoming one. We are a generation that chases validation, but we are starving for alignment. We want short-term attention, but we are sacrificing long-term dignity. The West gave us some brilliant theories. Kant gave us rules. Aristotle gave us habits. Nietzsche gave us power. But Lord Rama gave us a way to live.